Okay, so I just found something interesting. So, welcome to the Yosemite Span Show. On today's episode, we're gonna dig out this crack right here. While digging for another episode, I noticed a little crevice crack or whatever. So we are gonna dig this out and I'm gonna pan it off and show you what cracks and crevices and stuff really can produce. Now, there probably isn't enough material there for a full bucket, but hey, let's give it a good crack. So let's talk equipment. Today we're going to be using our crevice tool. Pickett prospected and made me this a while back. Absolute beast of a thing. Beautiful handle on it. I think it's like 4mm stainless steel. This thing rips through the bedrock. Absolutely amazing. Moving on. Believe it or not, this is a horseshoe brush. So, not meant for crevicing, but works wonders. This little claw right here and the brush to go with it. Got ourselves a little stainless steel trowel and of course the trusty old pan. When we're finished though, we're gonna suck him up with the yabby pump and yeah, see what we get. So guys, don't forget to like and subscribe, and don't forget, gotta get that glitter. So this is the crack I'm talking about. There's a huge chunk of bedrock that sits on over here. Further down you go, there's a huge crack along here. So I'm going to clean up this crevice and stick it in the pan and see what we're going to get. Now that we've scraped out a lot of that crevice and gotten a fair chunk of clay and hopefully some gold out of that, we are gonna bring in the yabby pump. That's a pan. Let's get it over and get him panned out and see if we got any gold. Keep in mind this is out of one crevice. Just look at that. Oh, don't you just love it when a crevice pays out like that? That is just gorgeous. Anyway guys, that's it from me today. I'm gonna continue working that area. I've actually got a sluice set up just down there, so I'm gonna hit that pretty hard over most of the day. Tune in for the other video. I don't know how to do it, but link is down there somewhere. Anyway, gotta get that glitter.
Like and subscribe. Hash gotta get that glitter.
welcome back to it, YouTube and TikTok fam. It's your favourite ginger prospector back with his son. Today we're on the Turon River and we're down here for the night. So we're just going to set up camp before we get started. Right, so we're going to set up some tarps just to keep the wind out, block it all out. While Jasper's getting some firewood, aren't ya?
Yep.
Chuck him in.
I actually baked this.
How's that?
Good.
Good? Any lumps?
Yep. I mean, nope.
Got ourselves our little hobo tent going on here.
Yep. It's why I live at home.
Okay, so it's not perfect, but you know, it's home for the night. Let's take a look. We got my bed for the night. I forgot the pole, so that's its support. I've given my boy the best swag of them all. He's sitting there munching on some popcorn. Brought the esky in. And we've got Harry's pretty purple swag with his pretty pink pillow. Got something to tell us there, Harry?
No, not really.
So, the reason for today's video is we've got to get closer and closer to my goal of 10 grams so I can get my wife's ring finished. The heirloom that we've been working on. But the Turon River seems to have dropped a fair chunk. So let's see if we can get a sluice to go flow somewhere. Just look how low the Turon River has dropped. I've never seen it run this low before.
Yeah.
But we might be able to get the 10-inch to flow there with just a few minor adjustments. Maybe open up that channel over there. Create a bit of a dam. What do you think, Jasper?
Yeah. I remember this place.
Do ya?
And
Where do we stick the sluice in? How do we get it to flow?
Yeah.
Yeah. And what's the walls and the channel and the water doing?
So walls are full, so water can't stay.
And where does it go?
Mm-hmm.
So where do we put the sluice?
Yeah.
All right. You want to go demonstrate it for me? All right. Off you go. Go put it in properly.
That's nice.
Might do it, maybe. What do you guys think? I think we better help him. After a little tweaking, we've got him to work. We got a nice little V going.
Yep. That's right.
What do you reckon, Jasper?
Yep.
Do you reckon she'll catch some gold today?
Yep.
What do we say?
Dinner.
All right, Jasper. Let's go get some dirt and we'll break out your toy, hey?
Yep.
Okay, so this is the shelf I was working at till like midnight last time I was down here. Now, I was just using a pan, but I think we might pull out the big guns. What do you reckon? What do you reckon, Jasper? Pull out the big guns? You want to show them what our big guns are? Let's go get it. overburden. Okay, after we got what we did out of there, we're gonna smash up the rest of this bedrock, try and move this big boulder.
No.
I'm sure you don't want to see me 6 hours of digging straight up, just digging. So we're going to skip to the good part until I got some material to run through the sluice. Anyway, okay, so crevicing is hard work. I managed to get 8 buckets. I was aiming for 10, but it's 4 o'clock, and by the time I sluice that, it'll be 5 o'clock, and then it'll be time to get the fire going and start cooking dinner and stuff. So I'm going to sluice those 8, and we're going to call it a day at 8. So let's get it over to the sluice box. can see it from here. She's just shining like the night sky. Oh yeah, got to get that glitter. All right, it's getting late, big fella. We're gonna get this sluice backed up, and we're gonna get some dinner on, cook some marshmallows, and yeah, hunker in for the night. Got to get that glitter. Thanks for tuning in. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Okay, look at that. 2 crowbars to hold the skillop up. An entertained 6-year-old. And a roof over our head. What more could you ask for?
Like and subscribe. Hash gotta get that glitter.
Okay, so I have been up at Sparrow's Fart of Dawn. Been on the road for about 2.5 hours, and I'm getting very close to where I'm going. I'm checking out this spot that I was looking at on Google Maps. It's got some really, really nice exposed bedrock right next to a bridge, and I'm like, that looks juicy. We're gonna go do some hands. Hey, welcome back, YouTube and TikTok fam. So we've arrived at our destination, and it's as juicy as it promised. It's looking beautiful. Heaps of fractured, exposed. As you can see over there, the bridge is over there, and I've just walked up. But look at this. Look at this. Beautiful. Beautiful. Fractured bedrock. There's just one issue. There's no water. This is a problem. You can't do test bands without water. So what I might do is, because this, well, it's technically just a test banding thing, and I'm not staying here tonight, I'm going to actually travel down to the Turon to meet up with some friends of mine. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a bucket and I'm going to sample it. I'm going to sample it down by the river. So, yeah, let's get digging. So I'm right next to the bridge, and there's the creek that it conjoins into. So by using a bit of trajectory and math, someone's already worked in there, but that's okay. I'm going to check out this. See, as the water from this creek here comes in and meets up with this one, it's going to create a dead zone leading into here. Now someone's already come in here with all this clay, but they haven't cleaned it properly. Don't know where they were pulling it from, maybe from over there. I might take from here. Just on this bit of bedrock. Looks like it hasn't been touched in a little while. Because we don't have any water, I can't exactly, what's the word? Wet sieve it. So I'm gonna have to take the whole thing. I can't break down the dirt. So I'll be taking dirt, rock, and everything with me. So I've got 5 buckets with 5 lids, crevicing tool, and my shovel's in there somewhere. This one will do. It's the least hardest to get to. All right, so I have my bucket, my shovel, crevicing tool. Okay, 1 through crevice. Now I'm not expecting a lot because it's probably obviously been hit already. But you know, they never get everything. Be interesting to see what we get out of this one bucket. Now, stupidly enough, I didn't bring a Sharpie. Not to worry. I'll just scratch in a number in there. There's only 5 buckets, 5 numbers. There you go. If you know. There we are. There's a 1. Now for my next one, I'm thinking of busting open some of this bedrock here. Just getting the clay out. It looks like it's been heavily worked already. But, you know, you could be surprised. All this bedrock here is, you know, intact, so I could probably finger some of them out and, yeah, might get something. Look at all that stuff I'm leaving behind. Not to worry, no water, what can I do? Now the next spot I want to try is somewhere along here, chasing the old river channel, like the really old river channel. Someone's already burrowed in here, but as you can see there's river worn rocks here. This is on the inside bend of the creek. You might punch in here a little bit. There's quartz. There might be as good as bad as any. Now, this is probably going to have to be one of them smash it in and scoop it up from the bottom. So I'm just going to get rid of some of this overburden. That need to be taken organics. The problem with conglomerate is hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of years have turned it to nearly stone, and it's hard as all buggery. Gives you a profound respect for the old timers that used to work deep leads and mine the ancient riverbeds. So just to give you a bit of a gauge of how hard that is, for that bucket I had to smash that in, and there wasn't much difference to what it looks like now. Conglomerate is some hard shit to work, and I'm probably going to have to wet it to make it not hydrophobic before I even process it. So that's a job for down in the Turon. Alright, that's bucket number 3, on to number 4. Now most of this has been absolutely chewed through all the way down to the other creek bed. This is going up that side creek that I mentioned earlier. All up until about here. This might be the only spot left to chew out. So I'm going to try it. It looks to be a bit of bedrock. And that's what they're chasing down there, so let's do it. Now, in my experience, rock bars like this, they do not form unless there's some reason for the pressure to drop off. Now, this is just a little bit downstream from the bridge. I know it's downstream, but take a look at this. That's one main support, followed with the other main support and the supporting arch in the middle, which means they've built this intentionally on the bedrock in order to anchor it. This, over the years, has caused the gold, would have caused large boulders and gold and that to drop out of suspension. So I'm going to give this one a crack. Okay, I'm pumped. And those are only 5 buckets dug. Luckily, we're in shade. Alright, so I'm gonna pack the car up and get this stuff down to the creek. I'll see you on there. We're down here on the Tura and I've got the 5 buckets set up. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 5 was behind the bridge. 4 was up on that creek. 3 was in the side bank on the inside bend. 2 was in the middle in some crevices, and 1 was where the new creek junctions into the other creek and sort of like causes a bit of turbulence. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to time lapse me panning out all 5 of these buckets, and I'll show you the results when we're finished. Okay, welcome back. So we've got our 5 pans done from our 5 separate buckets from 5 separate parts of that new creek. Panned out on the Turon River. Let's take a look. Okay, bachelorette number 1. This came from the inlet from the Conjunction Creek, just next to it. A couple of nice little specks here. I'll see if I can just drop a bit of shadow on it so you can see it. A couple of nice little specks there. Nothing to write home about, but it definitely has potential. That ground was quite hard to work too. Bachelorette number 2, we have a couple more specks. This came from the middle of the creek in some fractured bedrock. I didn't overly work it too hard, so I'm not surprised that there's only just a few little specks there. Tell you what though, some of them have some nice shape. Moving on to number 3. Number 3 came from the conglomerate on the other side, from where the ancient river used to be. Bit better than the last 2. Some nice specks there too. This one I really liked. From one bucket. This came from the conjoining creek. So not the creek we were working, but the creek that it was inletting out of. So that is some nice chunky pieces of gold, and there's a lot of micro specks. They would add up very quickly. When it rains, I'm definitely going back to that spot. Certainly not least, behind the bridge. Just 2 little nano dots. Obviously, there's nothing to write home about those 2. So that's right, we have a wiener. We are going up that creek next time we go up there. Absolutely, but that time I'm going to bring a yabby pump. Hopefully there's some water next time I make it up there. Alright guys, thanks for tuning in today. Got to get that glitter. I'll see you next time.
Like and subscribe. Hash gotta get that glitter.